Hello, and let's talk about the communalizing of the mob lynching of three men in Maharashtra. On April 16th, three men who were going to a funeral in Gujarat were beaten to death in the Gadchinchle village in Dahanu Taluk of Palghar district in Maharashtra. Two of the men were reportedly part of an order of sadhus. This fact has been used by the right wing, especially its Twitter warriors, to launch a massive campaign of communal polarization, in which Muslims, Christians, and the left all have been blamed. Organizations like Alt News have very clearly exposed the lies that are part of this campaign, and it turns out that there was no communal angle here. We talked to our Maharashtra correspondent Amit Rodkar to find out what exactly happened and more about the dangerous communal campaign that is being run by the right wing, including the BJP spokespersons. Amit, thank you so much for joining us. So, could you first take us through the sequence of events that led to this incident on April 16th, where three people were killed?
There were rumors in this Palghar district. Palghar is basically a tribal dominated district, and this area, particularly that Gadchinchle village, is at the border of Maharashtra. It's very dense forest. Tribals have been living here for so many years. So there was a rumor. There was one rumor that some people do come to your home or to your village and they pick your young people, young boys, and take them. So that was one rumor. Prelude to this incident, 2 days before, means this incident happened on April 16th.
Right.
But 2 days before to that, a local doctor, he is also tribal doctor, Dr. Balvi, he was beaten by the mob like anything. So these kind of rumors were there. People were worried, people were scared, and so this incident happened. Now we need to understand little bit of geography of Maharashtra. These sadhus and his driver, they were coming from Nasik and going to Gujarat, that border on Gujarat. Okay, so one of the sadhu or chief of their sect has died in Gujarat, so they wanted to go for his funeral or like. So when they came via Ghat, there is Sahyadri Ghat. So they came down. This is very nearer area, but yes, it is also a dense forest. So when they came down in from Nashik to this Palghar district, then Gadchinchle village came there. So people thought it was night. People thought that mob thought these same people are coming here because they were under impression of rumors. So they were worried for their boys. So they stopped the car. They started beating. Forest people intervened, but this mob was not ready to listen anymore. And they, meanwhile, somebody called police. Police also came there, and these people were beating that or the old person who was the Kalpavruksha sadhu and another young sadhu and also driver. There is no communal angle in this. We need to understand the sect of these tribal people. Sadhus are from nomadic tribes. It is very well-known nomadic tribes in Maharashtra. You will find people of these tribes all over Maharashtra. They are Daure Gosavi. And the people who are now arrested by Maharashtra police and those who were there in that lynching incident, they are also from scheduled tribe. So it was not there is the impression that some the sadhus were from Hindu community. No, they were from nomadic tribes. We need to understand first this difference. Again, it was not communal clash. It was a result of constant rumors that were spreading in this area for last almost 15 days. You find any local newspaper, you talk to any person who is who is from Palghar district, who is from Dahanu Tehsil where this has happened all, you will get to know that these kind of rumors are there. Number one, we need to understand two more things. Almost 1.5 years back, similar kind of incident happened in Maharashtra. Mob lynching kind of incidents happening in India for last almost 5 years now.
Right.
5 to 6 years, right? But there is a difference in what is been happening in Uttar Pradesh or Rajasthan and in Maharashtra. We have heard, we have seen how a rumor about beef has got killed people in Uttar Pradesh or Rajasthan. But in Maharashtra, it has never happened. In Maharashtra, when another incident, similar kind of incident, took place 1.5 years back in Dhule district, it was a similar rumor. And rumor was that somebody is coming and picking your voice. And the same thing, same was this pattern. Police has to investigate first that who is spreading these kind of rumors.
Right.
That is very much important. This is happening. So number one, let's come to the night of incident. When this took place and these three people were lynched by the mob, police arrested on the 17th morning almost 105 persons. Later they arrested 5 more persons, so now 110 persons have been arrested in this case. On 17th morning. Today we are talking on 21st April. Opposition raised, and mainly opposition, when I am talking about opposition, it is opposition of Maharashtra in BJP in that sense. So BJP raised this issue first on April 28th.
Right.
Okay, sorry, April 19th. BJP first raised this issue on April 19th. BJP spokesperson Samvir Patra raised the issue on Twitter by putting that contentious video.
Right.
Now, action have been taken on 17th April. 105 people have been arrested on 17th April morning before 24th of the incidents. So, action was taken first, and the police came first, and the focus came later.
Right.
This is another difference between what is happening in Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh.
Right.
Or Rajasthan,
Right.
for that matter.
So what we are seeing basically is that there is a very clear attempt by the BJP to use this in a it's basically fake news in some senses. The way it is being twisted completely to suit a communal agenda at this COVID-19 point, when already Maharashtra is facing a crisis.
Yeah, it is clearly like that. And this is not me talking. We have heard yesterday Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, when he addressed to nation on the same issue, Palghar issue, he claimed, I am saying he claimed, that his Amit Shah, the Home Minister of India, Amit Shah called Uddhav Thackeray to express his displeasure about the incident of Palghar. That time, this is what Uddhav Thackeray is claiming. Again, so we need to understand. Uddhav Thackeray is claiming that Amit Shah told him that he know there is no communal angle in Palghar incident.
Okay.
This Uddhav has claimed on the record.
Right.
So there is no communal angle. Number one. But why this is being raised like and spread like this? One thing that Maharashtra police must try to investigate, or must investigate, that who is spreading these videos and who is spreading these kind of messages. Now we have come across few tweets that somebody in that video is shouting a name, particular name. That name is a Muslim name.
Right.
Okay, a name of a Muslim one. That is not actually happening. There is not a single person in that village. Forget about that village. In the periphery of that village, there is no Muslim. They all are completely tribals. And so, somebody is trying to give communal color by, I don't know whether that clip is indoctrinated or not, that police has to investigate. But if the complete village is of a tribal village, then how come any Muslim person or anybody for that matter, any other religious person would come there at 11:30 at night, that too in dense forest? So these things need to be investigated. BJP is trying to make some kind of political issues out of it, but I don't know, after recent new findings, BJP, I don't know whether BJP has succeeded or not.
And the BJP is also going, at least some parts, members of the BJP are going on an overdrive saying even that the left was responsible, citing that the left has a, MLA in that constituency, which is again quite absurd.
Yeah, completely. That's completely shocking, and we can understand in a way that our chronology समझिए. So we can understand this chronology. First, they try to give communal angle. They try to make it Hindu sadhus are being beaten in Maharashtra like that. So then they got to know, and that complete picture got clear. That this is not Hindu-Muslim issue. There is no communal angle to it. The people who who were in the mob, they are also of same sect, and the persons who got lynched, they are also nomadic type. So there is no human angle to it. Number one. So they try to spin with the communist agenda. This is their typical right versus left agenda. We need to understand this Chinchle village. This Chinchle village is a bastion of BJP for last 10 years. We have photograph of former MLA of BJP from Dahanu, Dahanu Assembly, Pascal Dhanare. Communist Party of India, Communist Party of Marxist Ashok Dhawale has already issued that photo on Twitter, and that photo is already there in on the Facebook account of Pascal Dhanare, his former MLA of BJP. That Pascal Dhanare is congratulating that Sarpanch Mrs. Chowdhury for getting elected as a Sarpanch.
Right.
So that and this photo is not from 2019. This photo is from 2017. So this village has been a bastion of BJP. So BJP first tried to give it communal color, but they failed. They failed miserably. So later they came up with this idea of giving left versus right angle. Again they failed because the same Sarpanch who is BJP member, she's also got exposed.
Yeah.
Many of the people who are arrested by Maharashtra police, almost 110 are there. Almost half of them are BJP workers.
Right.
This village is completely BJP, even in the time when there was a Congress and NCP government, not just today. When there was a Congress and NCP government before 2014, the village was belonging to BJP only.
Right.
So the BJP is political affiliation. So there is no CPM in it. It is true that CPM has have good influence in this district, particularly Palghar district, and there is a long history of that struggle of farmers, struggle of tribals, and led by very stalwarts like Purvekar, Comrade Shamrao Purvekar in 60s and 70s and 80s. So it is not that left has no base on this,
Right.
but this particular village is led by BJP people, and the people who are arrested are somehow connected to BJP. May not be directly linked with. They may not be directly. They are directly active soldiers, like foot soldiers, like those who sitting in their room and typing on laptop and making noise on Twitter. But they are with BJP, and they're voting for BJP.
Right. Thank you so much, Amay, for talking to us.
Yeah.
In our next story, leftist trade unions and farmers' organizations are holding a day of protest today with specific demands to the central government. Some of these demands include stopping any attempt to increase working hours from 8 to 12, arranging food and shelter for all migrant workers, and free rations to the PDS to all BPL and APL families, including migrant laborers. In this context, we talked to Vikram Singh of the All India Agricultural Workers Union on these demands and the state of agricultural workers in the country. Thank you so much, Vikram, for joining us. So, could you first, since today has been a call, there's been a call for a protest today. Could you tell us a bit about what are the reports you have been getting about the situation of agricultural workers across the country with this lockdown entering its fourth week?
Basically, as far as agriculture workers are concerned, they are completely lacking from any policy of the government. Even government is not taking the name of agriculture workers and rural workers, and they are in a very bad shape, in very bad condition. They are forced to live. You can imagine their situation that they are not getting even the appendices of their Manrega work which they have worked in the normal times. Huge the crores of rupees are pending there. they are supposed to get it, but our governments are so insensitive when they are saying that they are in a war. I never use this terminology, war-like situation, but they are saying this is a war-like situation, and they are not even giving their normal routine pendings, which dues which they are supposed to give. So this is the situation. They are not getting any new money in their bank accounts. They are not getting any work there. Now they have said that Manrega work will be going on, but we know in routine also MNREGA work is not there. Very less number of days work are there. They have to do all kind of protests and demonstrations for there. But in this condition, when the whole administration is focused on this coronavirus and its management, it's not possible. So they are in a situation where they don't have any work, no additional income, and if they are getting somewhere some ration through this PDS, and we know the real status of our public distribution system, in what situation is that?
So, as far as the policy aspect is concerned, especially with the harvest season going on, there were reports of a lot of agricultural workers who often also come to the cities, and then many of them have migrated back. So, what has been the condition of the harvest specifically with respect to agricultural workers?
There is a lot of uncertainty in the rural India, particularly with the agriculture workers. When we talk about this harvesting system, their whole year depends on the income they get. They work in the fields in the month of March, April, May during the harvesting period. But due to this lockdown, uncertainty is more because there is a kind of fear among the people, among the administration, that how to involve these people, and at a vast scale machines are being used, and even administration is promoting the use of machine. So first, they are not getting work in their own areas. And as we know that due to geographical conditions of India, most of the agriculture workers are migrating from the certain part of India to various states, different states, Punjab, Haryana, even to Kerala and other part of India. Even from Bengal are coming to, now Bengal, Jharkhand are coming to Punjab and Haryana. So they have not migrated. Means they were planning their migration. Two types of migrations are there. First, from this rural India to towns. We have seen what the condition is there. They are stuck in the towns. They are not able to get back to the native places. And other kind of migration is from one rural area to another rural area, just for harvesting system. And we know that in the northern India, particularly Punjab, Haryana, rely on this migration. So that migration is stuck.
Right.
Due to that, this harvesting system, this season is really being affected. Harvesting will be there with the machines and the combines, but the livelihood of the agriculture worker will be affected like anything, and they will be in a position just to rely on the government support for the whole year, not only for this 3 months, for the whole year.
Right. And what are the demands the All India Agricultural Workers Association is making to the government regarding the agricultural workers?
Basically, the first demand is that free ration to each and everyone in the village. Second, at least 7,500 rupees in the account, directly to the accounts of each family in the villages, because they are we are saying that the people who don't pay tax, but largely these agriculture workers, they can't even think to pay tax. Second, and the third, their due, this wages, means the amount of the due which is with the government, it should be immediately paid. Fourth, if they are planning to start Manrega work, it should be started with all the protective measures.
Right.
It's because these people are also human beings. It should be done. And this health system, because what we are saying that due to corona thing, all the other disease are not being considered as a disease. They simply doctoring. And these are the rural people. They can't go to the private hospitals. They can't afford private medical facilities. So
Right.
that should be strengthened in the rural India immediately.
Thank you so much, Vikram, for talking to us. That's all we have in this episode of Let's Talk. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest news developments of the day. Until then, Keep watching NewsClick.